Alrighty guys, the life of TNN. Welcome back to another video, guys. First thing first, new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm starting the video.
Hey G, I'm fuck with
Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like, don't forget to hit post notification bell and turn it off. Anyway, as you guys can see by the thumbnail and the title, we are making enchiladas. I had to wash dishes real quick, so I didn't want to let the house look a little uglier, so I washed the dishes real quick. We already started on the meat, and we'll just get to the rest of the things in just 1 second.
12 seconds later.
So this is the hamburger meat with the seasoning. You guys, I forgot to get the enchilada seasoning mix, so I used my taco seasoning. Just added some cayenne pepper and a little chili powder to it. Garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper, no salt. I do not salt my food, but each and every one of you can salt to taste. Be sure you drain whatever beef you're using. And this same method works for chicken enchilada dinners too. If you're gonna make chicken enchiladas, you can do the same thing. And you just gotta stir your seasonings around really, really good. And this is a whole roll of hamburger meat, so I think it's like a 4 pounds of hamburger meat.
Ooh,
Bless you.
Jeez! Jesus Christ.
it's gonna be jumpy, excuse me, thank you.
Alright, so y'all see this is done. Now we'll go over here and we'll prepare the enchiladas. Stay tuned.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I take a little bit of enchilada sauce and I put it all around the bottom of my pan. And then I'm going to take white corn tortillas, doesn't matter what brand, and I'm going to stick them into enchilada sauce. Okay? We're going to knock that sauce off a little bit. We're going to come over here. I don't think that's going to work right. It needs to be warm. Camera over there. Oh, so I couldn't follow me in the microwave.
You already know what I'm just gonna put the steam from the ground beef here.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So I'm warming up the tortillas because those were in the refrigerator, and so they were super, super, super cold. We don't want them to crack, you guys. And yeah, I'm getting a mess everywhere in my microwave. Y'all hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. All right, so back to where we was. So I'm gonna come in here. I normally use a smaller spoon. And I come in here and I put my meat on the edge. Those of you that know how to make enchiladas, the reason we put the meat on the edge is that way when we roll it, we have enough to roll. Just line them up in your pan at this point. We go on to the next one. Same thing again. Come over here on the edge. Put you some meat. You guys remember, y'all can do this with chicken too. messy job too. If you don't like messes, don't know what to tell ya. You always want to lay that enchilada down on that fold too, so that it don't unravel. Sooner or later I'm going to run out of room to roll in the pan, and I will take whatever meat I've dribbled along the way, go ahead and stick it on in there and roll her on up. I'm just using the bigger spoon so I can get this done. It's on a quarter way. I really don't feel like doing this right now, but people's mouths are watering for it. So after I do this, I go through and I place my cheese. If I need to add some more enchilada sauce, I'll do that at that time. Usually it's kind of whatever's left in my bowl here. I'll be back in a few minutes with the finished product, you guys.
"12 seconds later."
Alright guys, I'm back. So what I'm going to do now is, you see I got my pan full. I'm going to go ahead and add what little bit of the enchilada sauce is left. Just going to kind of spoon it over it, because I've already soaked them in it. Pour it over it. Kind of rub it around with the spoon, whatnot. Doop, 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 doop. Now we got a little bit of meat left. So what I do when I have meat left like this is I just kind of do this over the top. You can add black olives if you like black olives on your enchiladas. Me, I personally don't. That's a pizza item for me. And remember, you can add anything to this that you want as far as, you know, your toppings. So I'll just do this with whatever meat's left over, as I mentioned. And then I'm going to put my dishes over here. And now I'm going to come in here and open up my cheese. So you can use any kind of cheese. This is Kroger brand Mexican style blend. And this is how I do the cheese. You're gonna cook enchiladas, cook them right. And especially when you live with a cheese head. So I'm gonna put this in, let them cook slow, not fast. And I'm gonna put these in the oven for 350 for about I don't know, 350 for about an hour, maybe less. So whenever we get done with this, we'll be back with the finished layers of the green onions, the lettuce, sour cream, and I will step you on through how to make Mexican rojas. That's from last night because you pissed me off.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What's up, Buckle?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Laying
chilling, really. So I want to tell you something.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna be home tonight.
What?
Yeah. Long story short, just had a couple, maybe 2 drinks. It's too far for you to drive. You know, of course I would love for you to come get me, but you know, I just thought I'd just spend the night. You know, get up in the morning, be home in the morning.
Y'all see this shit? Y'all see that shit? That's all him.
You suck!
Oh, yeah. Fucking fired status, babe. That was smoking like a freight train.
This is the slowest fucking train ever. Oh my fucking god!
Go ahead and start it. Oh, you started already? Oh, okay, since he wanted to jump ahead of me, guys and girls, ladies and gents, I'm making half a bag of, which is a 1 pound bag of rice. So I'm making half of it, so half a pound of rice. And you just come in here and put a little bit. I usually use about a tablespoon to maybe 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Most people, when making rice, Mexican rice, my short self, they use manteca. So y'all know what manteca is. Manteca is grease from a pig or the hog, which does give it a different flavor, but we're going to turn this up. What we want to do is we want to brown this rice. Don't ever be scared that you're going to burn it. Just stay by it, turn it up, keep stirring it. I don't ever measure food by, oh, I put 2 tablespoons of this, that, and the third. I do everything by eye. So with a half a pound of the rice, we're going to use 1 Knorr tomate bouillon. And we're going to use 1 caro di pollo bouillon, which is a chicken bouillon cube. And you want to do this first. Actually, if you put this in there and then you put salt, you could over salt your food because these are very high in sodium. So again, we've just been sitting here letting it, and you'll notice how your rice is turning from that grainy look to the cook look. I got my oven up on high. Come on, y'all, let's go. Let's get it, got it good, let's go. So, jump over here a minute. This is the finished product of enchiladas, you guys. This is it. Hot. That's it. Okay, so you'll notice the rice is turning brown, or excuse me, white, and then it's going to go from that to a crisp brown. Usually I put onions in my Mexican rice. I dice them up real small, but somebody don't do onions. They call it ogre food. Yeah, your boy Tizzle tripping.
Nope.
Zoom in on this. I'm going to show them how to... Okay, so y'all see how it's white? It's turning white. That's fixing to turn to a real brown color real quick. So, with that being said, you couldn't turn your back on this because the bottom layer will burn super quick. We're gonna add the water and let it bubble, bubble, bubble. Most people cover the rice and let it cook and steam. I do to a certain extent, but I don't cover it all the way because I'm already frying the rice so hard that it's popping the grain. So I really don't have to cover it. It's not gonna be a hard boil. I'm gonna be using garlic powder and onion powder, and I will taste the juice before I add the salt. Okay, so y'all see this color? Now I got my pan good and hot, you guys, so I'm gonna have to turn that fire down or it'll burn really quick. Gotta keep it moving. If you don't keep it moving, it'll just burn. Alright, so that's where we're at with the rice. Now we're gonna do this, you guys. See how that's boiling? And it ain't even on the burner.
What? What the fuck?
Gotta turn your rice down. And you're going to take 1 chicken bouillon cube, 1 tomato, aka tomate. Here we go. I only do eyeball. Let me turn that down because I don't need no background noise and Mama Nuffin getting on me. If y'all haven't checked out Mama Nuffin, y'all need to go over there and check out her YouTube page at Nuffin Edited. She's got some really good recipes. She's doing a meatloaf war. Y'all get over there and check her out. I think I'm going to join that meatloaf war because I make a really bomb meatloaf myself. So that was all of that onion powder. So we want to sit here, see this turning colors of the tomato cube and the chicken cube. It's turning colors. So I just kind of smash it around. Smash it on in there. You don't want that to be left in a chunk or even a speck, because when you bite into it and you're gonna gross yourself out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
In this bag here is comino. Some people know what cominos is, some people don't. Again, I just do it to my eye. Cominos is done. So that might have been a tablespoon of comino. Trying to get that off the spoon. There we go. And we're going to stir the cominos in with everything else. Once we see that those cubes have dissolved, I never add too much water when I'm doing this first, because if it is too salty or it's too salty of a taste, you can always add water and it dilutes the sodium. So I'm going to scoop a little bit up. You don't have to show this on video though. I just want to taste and see. Tastes pretty good. So at this point here, I would say my seasonings are on point. I really don't need no salt, really. So I'm going to put some in my hand. Then I'm going to add about a ½ cup more of water. Use hot water when you've got your rice already hot. If you don't, you're going to cool down your rice cooking session. You don't want to do that. I'm going to keep a little bit of water on the side here just in case. Okay, now I'm going to taste the juice again and make sure that I didn't put too much water. It's perfect. So, everyone's stove cooks different, you guys. Y'all excuse my nails getting in the food, but it's family So on my stove, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down. I'm gonna turn the handle away from the front, so if anybody walks by, they're not gonna bump that handle and cause an accident. Not want to happen. I'm gonna cover up my food right about like that. I'm gonna let that sit there and simmer until it comes to a boil. Typically, you do not stir your rice while it's cooking. It's already been stirred. Clean up my mess. Once that comes to a boil, everyone, it'll cook itself down and the finished product will be here shortly. We'll be back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so y'all see we are boiling away. Very, very good. We're boiling. So I'm gonna lift it one time. It's been boiling for about 5-10 minutes. Lift, completely lay flat. And oh yeah, and I cut up the onions and stuff for this if you choose to put that on your toppings, but we'll be back. All right, guys, we are back with the final of the rice, okay? We're gonna lift that hot lid. Be careful that you don't get steam burn, see? Rice is done. What little bit of water you see in there, I just kind of leave the lid off, stir it around for about a minute. I'll go ahead and cut my heat off because we don't want it to burn the rice. Once I stir it around, cut the heat off, I go ahead and place that back on there and we're good to go. We out!